Nick Stern is a British photographer who was shot with a plastic bullet while covering the unrest in Los Angeles. He joins us now from hospital, where he's recovering after emergency surgery to remove the round from his leg. Nick, thank you very much indeed for joining us. It must be very painful. Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, I was out there from mid-afternoon photographing the protests against the ICE raid at a local Home Depot centre. There were projectiles coming from the sheriff's department. They were firing flashbangs. They were firing rubber bullets, plastic bullets, pepper bullets. And the crowd were responding by throwing bottles of water, bits of concrete, and so on. Later in the day, around 9 o'clock, I was photographing from behind a group of girls, in fact, a group of people that were flying Mexican flags. It looked a great photo because it was illuminated by the vehicles in front. And I suddenly felt this incredibly painful impact on my leg. I staggered away, felt incredibly faint, staggered away, shouted I'd been hit, and was helped away by some of the protesters who literally carried me away, sat me down on the curb for a medic to do first aid on my leg.
And plastic bullets are supposed to sort of bounce off, but this one has gone in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this bullet was. Generally, the plastic bullets have a hard foam front end, about half the size of a golf ball. And the idea is they should be fired on the ground in front of a crowd. They lose some of the momentum and then bounce up and cause the people to move back for fear of being hit. But it looks like this one was fired directly into my leg. It's a solid plastic bullet as well. I don't know whether it was some kind of explosive that didn't go off or it had previously gone off, but it's a hard plastic shell and it penetrated straight into my leg.
I mean, and it's left a big hole by the sound of it.
Yeah, at the moment, let me just show you if I can. It's about a 5 centimetre hole. It's got a drain pipe coming out of it at the moment. And it goes in about an inch as well, which is pretty deep. The projectile had actually embedded into my muscle, so it had to be removed.
I mean, I know you're very experienced, and I mean, you've actually been hit before, haven't you? From what you saw, the way the security forces were behaving and trying to control the crowd, I mean, did it feel like they were sort of shooting randomly or targeting people? I mean, there's another video of an Australian journalist being, hit, shot at today. I mean, do you think they were shooting at you or just shooting at anything?
Christian, I always make sure that I'm very visible as a press representative. I wear a press card around my neck and a lanyard. I always make sure I hold my camera so it can be seen. I'm not hiding behind vehicles or lampposts or lights or things like that. Now, that up to that point had assured me that I was safe. People identified me as being press, but I was doing exactly the same when I was hit. So whether it was a random shot or whether it was targeted, and if you see the video of the Australian reporter getting hit, I mean, that's got to be targeted, I would say, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, with the National Guard being called in and the threat of Marines, I mean, this could obviously get much worse and more violent. I mean, will that keep the press away, do you think, for fear?
I don't think so. You know yourself, as press, you're there to document. There's such a significant change in the United States. We've got to be out there documenting what's going on. My assumption is, and it's just my opinion, I don't think we're far away from military or law enforcement shooting live bullets over the heads of people to start with. I think we're not far from that at all.
Well, get well soon. Nick Stern, thank you very much.
Thank you.